तो क्या करना है? हेलो एवरीवन। तो जैसे कि आपने देखा होगा अगर ध्यान से, तो प्रोग्राम्स जो भी है, अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट बताया गया है और अगर आपको कहते हैं कि मेन मेथड भी आपको खुद से लिखना है, तो क्या आपको एग्जैक्टली प्रॉब्लम स्टेटमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग चलना है? नहीं, आई डोंट थिंक सो। ऐसा बिल्कुल जरूरी नहीं है। आपको क्या करना है, इनपुट समझना है क्या है, व्हाट इज द इनपुट, एंड देन व्हाट इज द एक्सपेक्टेड आउटकम, व्हाट इज द एक्सपेक्टेड आउटपुट। तो उस हिसाब से आप अपना मेन मेथड डायरेक्टली लिख के, विदाउट द नीड ऑफ मेकिंग एन एक्सटर्नल स्टैटिक इनर क्लास और समथिंग ऑफ एक्सटर्नल कॉन्सेप्ट, जिसके लिए आपको क्रिटिकली स्टडी होनी चाहिए, यू कैन सिंपली सॉल्व एनी प्रोग्राम। तो कंपनी के एग्जाम्स वगैरह में तो वो मेन मेथड खुद से चिपका के देते हैं, रेस्ट्रिक्ट करके देते हैं, ठीक है, एंड देन दे गिव यू सम फंक्शंस एंड से दैट यू हैव टू कंप्लीट इट। बट इफ इन अ सिनेरियो told you have been told to write the main method and everything from creating the class to creating the entry point, the main method, taking user input from all yourself, तो क्या आपको जरूरत है एक्चुअल में घुसने की कोड में? बिल्कुल नहीं। तो चलिए देखते हैं एक एक करके, किसमें लॉजिक से घुसना है एंड किसमें हैक से घुसना है, ट्रिक से घुसना है, ठीक है। सो फर्स्ट आई विल बी कंसिडरिंग ओवर हियर इज द प्रॉब्लम कॉल्ड सॉर्ट विदाउट एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस, ठीक है। द प्रॉब्लम सॉर्ट विदाउट एक्स्ट्रा स्पेस और मर्ज सॉर्ट फॉर डीएलएल, सॉर्ट द बाइटोनिक डीएल, ठीक है। जहां भी आपको सॉर्ट वर्ड दिख जाए तो क्या करना है? तो आपको क्या करना होगा, सबसे पहले आप इंपोर्ट ले लेंगे, यहाँ पे इंपोर्ट जावा डॉट यूटिल डॉट स्कैनर। यहाँ पे मैंने सिर्फ स्कैनर क्यों लिखा है, स्टार क्यों लिखा है, क्योंकि हो सकता है एक सिनेरियो में कि लिंक लिस्ट, एरे लिस्ट, those might be restricted, okay, so only I am taking scanner from the util package, okay। एंड अब यहाँ पे क्लास का नाम हमारा मेन रखा हुआ है, तो क्लास मेन डाल देंगे, ओपन कर देंगे, ओके। देन वी विल टेक मेन मेथड एंड देन वी विल क्रिएट ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ स्कैनर क्लास, स्कैनर सी इज इक्वल टू न्यू स्कैनर, ओके। एंड वी से सिस्टम डॉट इन, ठीक है, सिंटैक्स है एज इट इज डिफॉल्ट। नाउ वी हैव टू टेक इनपुट n इज इक्वल टू se डॉट नेक्स्ट int, दैट इज द नंबर ऑफ एलिमेंट्स, ठीक है। उसके बाद आपके एलिमेंट्स को कहीं स्टोर कराना है तो एक एरे बना देते हैं यहाँ पे। एंड एरे क्या है, बाय डिफॉल्ट रहता है, ठीक है, इनबिल्ट रहता है, नो इनपुट और समथिंग इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर एरे। तो एरे इज यूनिवर्सल हेल्पर डेटा स्ट्रक्चर, ठीक है। नाउ वी क्रिएट एन एरे, न्यू इंट, एंड साइज हमारा क्या रहेगा, द यूजर गिव n, ठीक है। नाउ व्हाट विल डू, we will ask the user one by one the elements, so we create a for loop I less than n, I plus plus, okay, and then we say arr of I is equal to sc dot next int, ठीक है। now array हमारा filled हो गया, okay। now elements in the array are in not sorted order, ठीक है। if they say you have to sort it, input ले लिया हमने। now what we say, we will use this function called arrays dot sort, inbuilt function है हमारा, ये extra import हो गया, we remove it, and we will write arrays dot sort, and if we write arr, so we are good to go. Now the arrays is sorted in ascending order. Okay, there is some problem. Yes, I have to import arrays also. Import java.util.arrays. Okay, now this will work, and the array is sorted now. So if I say SOUT, okay, and now I use another function from arrays class. So I say arrays dot to string, okay, and then I say arr. So it will print the output to the screen. Okay, let's run it once and I'll tell you difference between this, okay, first method and another method you might know. We'll say for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, ठीक है। ऐसा करते हैं, फिर क्या करते हैं, we say SOUT but we don't write println, we write print, we say arr of I plus we say a single space, okay, single space or comma, something like that. Now we'll see the difference one by one, and I'll also write the println over here, something like dot dot dot, to differentiate between the first and the second method. Let's run it once. Okay, so now we have to take an input and 5. Let's say we are giving elements like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and see. The first, this is for arrays dot to string. So it is output in the list format. Block bracket, elements separated by comma, and then closing block bracket. And in the second scenario, we have printed the elements in a way such that there is no block bracket, no comma, only separated by space. ठीक है। So there could be one of the scenario that is given in the output and उसके according आपको क्या करना है output print करना है ठीक है. So this is the code that will work for any question that has a word. Okay, शब्द क्या होगा वहाँ पे SORT. If you see SORT, don't think anything, just see the input. पक्के से input यही होगा, आपको बोलेंगे take number of elements n and then they will say print the elements in sorted order. Print the elements in sorted order. They will say elements जो है n elements पूछो यूजर से, एक क्यू बना के उसमें डालो, उसको सॉर्ट करो. आपको क्यू बनाना है? No, you don't have to make the queue. Directly do this. ठीक है. What else was the question? Let's say if they say merge sort for DLL, they say make a W linked list and you have to create that from main method only. ठीक है, आप input लोगे यूजर से W linked list का जन्म करोगे. You will create a node class and then you will create proper logic for merge sort and then sort it. But the hidden thing is when you write the simple small statement arrays dot sort of ARR, it simply performs the merge sort or quick sort algorithm itself. Time density of that one single line itself is n log n. तो क्या आपको इंडिविजुअली लॉजिक बनाने की जरूरत है? जबकि इनबिल्ट फंक्शन एग्जिस्ट करता है एंड कोई रेस्ट्रिक्शन नहीं है, आप यूज कर सकते हैं जस्ट बाय राइटिंग इनपुट जावा डॉट यूटिल डॉट स्टार और टेकिंग पर्टिकुलरली स्कैनर एंड सेपरेटली ARRAYS with A capital. ठीक है. सिमिलरली सॉर्ट द बाइटोनिक डीएलएल. क्या आपको जरूरत है प्रॉपर्ली बनाने की डीएलएल? बिल्कुल नहीं. आपको सिंपली कहेंगे एन एलिमेंट्स है, एलिमेंट्स देंगे, आपको एरे में डालना है, सॉर्ट करना है, प्रिंट करना है. ठीक है. नाउ वन मोर सिनेरियो. This by default, okay, by default does ascending order. Okay. If in case you have to do descending order, what changes you have to do? First, you have to take this as integer, okay, and over here also you will say integer. ठीक है, first chain. Second you will say ARR comma collections dot reverse order brackets done and the collections framework will also be added over here. ठीक है. Otherwise ये line आपको नहीं डालनी तो क्या करना है? Sort the array and traverse in opposite order. That is n minus 1 greater than equal to 0, I minus mine. Okay, both will work. Let's try once. If I give 5, I give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and see the output 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get two outputs. I think some issue is there. Yes. ओके, तो चलिए इसको रन करके देखते हैं. नाउ लेट्स रन इट एंड यहाँ पे हमने फॉर ईच लूप यूज करा है. ठीक है. एंड if we say 5 then we say 1 2 3 4 5. So you can see this is for arrays.toString and this is the for each loop output. ठीक है. तो इस तरह से आप you can do any question which has SORT in the name. Okay, simple है, sorted है, easy है. Okay, and if we say time complexity will be n log n. ठीक है. Very good. Coming to the next scenario, if they say priority queue using DLL. ठीक है, that is the question. And priority queue using DLL. So क्या करना है इसमें? Let's put the import. ठीक है, class main and public static void main. Now I will again say take the elements. Okay, so I simply copy it from here. And I'll make this INT. ठीक है. So we took the elements and what we will do now, अब हमें क्या करना है? We have to create two arrays. Okay, The first array will be array and the second array will be priorities. Okay, priorities. Now we have to create a for loop for int I0, I less than n, I plus plus, and then you have to uh, say arr of I is equal to sc dot next int, and then we have to say p of I, that is the priority, is equal to sc dot next int. Okay. Next, what you have to do, if it is allowed, then you can create a tree map data structure. Okay, and the teacher comma in teacher, the key value pair, and then we can say the name of map is equal to new tree map. Okay, and then what you can do simply is that instead of running this thing, you can take the inputs in two variables, say int element, int priority. Okay, then no need of using these two arrays. Okay, and then you can say map dot put element comma priority. Oh, sorry, priority comma element. The key value is priority, and on the basis of priority, because it's a tree map, you sort it automatically. Okay, and supposedly the next thing is you have been given a count equal to sc dot next int, and this count can be like any number 1, 2, 3, 4, and they say like print the top three elements from the priority. So what you have to do next, you will say for int I in, you say map dot key set. Okay, and you will say so ut map dot get I, and you will say count minus minus, and you will say if count equal to 0, then you will say break, or you can also write return over here. Let's run this once. Suppose we have 5 elements. Now the elements are like 5, priority is 1, then 7, priority is 9. Okay, then say 0, priority is say 5, then we say element is 1, priority is 6, and element is 4, priority is 99. Okay, and now we say what's the count? I say print the 3 element, so it printed 3, 5, 0 and 1 based on the priority. Okay, so it printed the first priority element 5, then the second priority element in the ascending order was 5th, and then it was the 6th one. So 5, 0, 1 is the answer. इस तरह से कर सकते हो. Okay, it's very simple, but it's only available when tree map can be used. Now if they have restricted tree map, तब कैसे करें? Okay, so what you can do, little bit tricky, you can create and static class pair. It has two features, int e and p, element and priority. ठीक है? Then what you can do, I'll simply comment this out. Now you will take input n. Now you will create an array of data type pair arr equal to new pair. Okay, size n, sorry, small n. Okay, next we'll create this for loop and paste करते हैं. What you will say, you will do arr of I is equal to new pair, and you will pass e and p over here. Okay, तो एक change और करना पड़ेगा. What we'll do now, we'll create a constructor over here. Is a public pair int e comma int p, and then you say this dot e is equal to e, and this dot p is equal to p. ओके, सिंपल. अब ये यहाँ पे हो गया. एंड नेक्स्ट we'll say arrays dot sort, then we'll say arr comma new comparator, then we'll say pair. Now we have to override the method public int, I think it's compare, if I'm not wrong, compare or compared to something like that. Let's check. If I say pair p1 comma pair p2, then I say return p1 minus p2, and I also say p1 dot p minus p2 dot p is based on the priorities. ठीक है, and I put a semicolon over here. Now we traverse using for each loop for pair I in ARR, then SOUT. We are printing the elements. Let's see what is the output. We'll say I dot E. Okay, and dot work system dot out dot print. ठीक है, एक बार रन करके देखते हैं. Let's see if there's an error or not. If I say 5, I simply say first 2, then I say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. ठीक है, and yes, this is the order 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. ठीक है, so this is the correct thing and it will work. Okay, in case this only works for ascending order priorities. If you are being asked to put descending order priorities, okay, in that case what you can do, you can do p2 and you can put p1 over here, and let's see, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And see, now the output is coming in reverse order, that is based on descending priorities. Like the most priority element is the first one, then the next second largest element priority is second element. So that is the change you can do. And if in this question, now next what they do, basically they give a int count. Okay, c dot next id, they give you a count that you have to print the top three elements, something like that. So same thing you can do over there also. You can do this thing. Okay, and put this, then you will put this statement, then you will say count minus minus, and if count equal to 0, then you can write return or you can write break also. ठीक है, let's run this once. I supposingly say three elements. First element has one priority, second element second two priority, and third element has third priority. Okay. And so this is printing the elements firstly, and the second time we have been asked a count. If I say 2 as a count, we'll print 3 and 2, top two elements, considering the first largest priority is the first element, second largest is the second. ठीक है, so this could be done easily. ठीक है, okay, simple, good to go. And next, if the question is like minimum stack, then again you can take the elements, put in the array, sort in ascending order, and whatever is the count given in this scenario, you can print the top minimum elements, something like that. Okay, so you can put that type of trick or hack type of thing over there. And again, if the question is loop detection, okay, loop detection question, I think it's there. Yes, I have done it already. So let's see the main method diagram. Let's run into main method. And you can see first we are taking the size, asking user how many nodes are there. And if user enters some negative or less than 0, then it's simple that user doesn't want to create the linked list at all. So we'll simply say empty linked list and we'll come out of the program. But if the size is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we create the node and we connect it. Okay. But this is not required at all. What we do next, we ask the user position. Okay. And the cycle position is like can be 0 to size minus 1 or can be 1 to size, anything. So from this line directly I can check if it's cycle or not. if the position value in position variable has something like 0 to size minus 1 or 1 to size minus 1, whatever is the restriction criteria, then it is sure that the cycle will be there. Cycle hogi because you have only created the cycle and then passed to the function that is the hash cycle function. Okay. So what we are doing over here basically, we are creating the cycle, then sending to the function and checking. So जब हमने खुद ही cycle का जन्म किया है, if we have ourselves made the cycle, then we can ourselves do the direct printing based on some effects. Okay. So what we can do, uh, in this place we can simply write if position is greater than, say, greater than equal to 0 and position is less than equal to size minus 1. Okay, the first scenario, that means it's in range. If it's in range, okay, then what we can do, we can print directly that cycle is there, so we can say yes. And if it's not in the range, it's less than 0 or greater than the size, then we can say else. SOUT, no. Okay, that's all. You can directly do this thing and it will work because you are itself taking the input. This is sufficient. ठीक है, so this was a very short trip over here by some observations because main method आपको खुद ही लिखना है. You have to write the main method on your own itself, okay? And then the program like Tower of Hanoi. So there's a lot of contradictions and good conversation on this topic that since the time complexity is 2 part n, so the platforms like Geeks for Geeks, LeetCode, and say CodeShare, CodeForces, these platforms also don't प्रेफर टू ऑफर दिस क्वेश्चन फॉर प्रैक्टिस बिकॉज इसी टाइम का बहुत ज्यादा है तो इसको रन होने में बहुत ज्यादा टाइम लगेगा तो उनका जो सर्वर होता है वो इतना हैंडल नहीं कर पाएगा सो यूजुअली leave such questions in the discussion section but not in the practice section so there's a lot of chances this won't be asked to you by some exam or by company or some other stuffs ठीक है but you can see the code it's very small okay next the stack computation. So you have to see the complete program, a very short program, but the logic is there. So this cannot be done by some tricks or something. This is the logical question. Then coming to next, stocks and problem is also a logical question. And here we use next greater left concept, NGL. And if this is in your syllabus, then you can also expect programs like next greater right, next smaller left, next smaller right. Okay, you can explore that on YouTube or some other study materials. Okay? I'll also attach some documents in the description section. You can see over there also. Then celebrity problem, again logic is there. Okay. So that is how we can do by just observing the main method. If हमें खुद से main method लिखना है, ठीक है. So that's all for today. Thank you.